Angels 2. Qualifier, War of Praise Minister Etebo Aina return for Spinel. Good morning, welcome to MCL News. I am Amanda Carlo, and now the details of the news. President Muhammadu Buhari says winning the war against drug abuse remains one of the critical elements of the next level mandate of his administration. The president stated this on Friday when he received the report of the Presidential Advisory Committee on the Elimination of Drug Abuse. He reiterated the commitment of the government to the welfare of the citizenry by fighting the scourge of drug abuse. President Buhari, however, realizing the enormity of the menace, solicited for the cooperation of all and sundry. He called on all well-meaning Nigerians and international partners to join hands with relevant government agencies in the fight against drug abuse. While thanking the committee for its timely and diligent prosecution of the assignment, the President assured that the matter is of utmost importance and said that the report will be studied along with the recommendations. Earlier, the chairman of the committee, Brigadier General Buba Marwa, told the President that since the committee was inaugurated on December 2018, it interfaces with a wide range of stakeholders. They include ministries, departments and agencies, non-governmental organizations, civil society organizations, faith-based organizations, professional bodies, international partners and members of drug user communities with their parents, teachers and caregivers. He added that the assignment, which took members to all the geopolitical zones of the country, confirmed the fears of President Buhari that Nigeria has a very strong drug problem that needed to be tackled as a national emergency. He, however, said the key to tackling the menace is a formal launch of a war against drug abuse as part of the declaration of a state of emergency on the menace, as well as the establishment of a National Drug Control Commission. The Federal Road Safety Corps has cautioned motorists against impatience on the road and lack of knowledge of the highway codes, as these are some of the major causes of accidents. The FRC Sector Commander in Enugu State, Mr. Bonaya Carlo, gave the warning in an interview with newsmen on Friday. Carlo said that impatience and lack of knowledge of the highway codes attracted strict penalties as they are among the leading causes of accidents. He also advised pedestrians to always walk carefully and constantly and face upcoming vehicles while walking on the pedestrian part of the roads. He said that FRSC regarded Ember months as a period of festivities, adding that the corps is prepared towards ensuring the safety of lives of Nigerians while on the road. The commander added that one of the causes of the increased number of accidents during Ember months is human nature. He said that Ember months are the period when vehicles are abandoned for a long period of time are used to convey passengers to their destinations without proper maintenance, thereby resulting in accidents. Carlo urged passengers to constantly caution drivers who carelessly drive on the road or on the highways, as they are also instruments of safety. The Federal Road Safety Corps on Friday said that 4 persons died, while 2 others sustained injuries in an accident involving a lorry on Iteje-Onitsha Expressway in Anambra. The FRSC Sector Commander in the state, Mr. Andrew Kumapai, told newsmen that the accident occurred at about 9 a.m. on Friday. He said that the accident occurred when the lorry with registration number UML 587XP lost control and somersaulted, adding that 6 persons were involved in the accident. The corpses were deposited at the mortuary, while the injured persons are receiving treatment at Ndeli Hospital in Okuzu. The sector commander advised motorists to drive cautiously and ensure that their vehicles are in good condition before embarking on trips. The fact-finding committee set up by the Aba branch of Nigeria Bar Association has commenced sitting. The 10-man committee, chaired by Mr. Victor Nwugo, is saddled with the task of unraveling the cause of the crisis that recently took place at Okojumbo and Ntueke zone of Aba. Chimezie Ozems attended the maiden sitting of the committee and now reports.
This is the Okojumbo and Ntueke zone of Aba. The zone comprises Okojumbo, Ntueke, Omos, Anaba, Degema, Ibere, and Igwebike roads. It is one of the densely populated areas of Aba. This is the area where 3 unidentified hoodlums shot and killed a police officer identified as Salahaji attached to the Cameroon Barracks police station on Friday, 27 September 2019. The hoodlums also killed a civilian bus driver. While avenging the death of one of their own, the policemen were alleged to have burnt 9 houses, looted shops, and arrested some residents of the area. The crisis was traced to a disagreement between some drug dealers in the area and the police. The police were accused of collecting money, known in local parlance as title, from the drug dealers. It is against this backdrop that the Aba branch of Nigerian Bar Association set up a committee to find out what led to the killing of the policeman and the subsequent destruction of buildings. The committee was also mandated to find out if some residents of the area were alleged to have been tortured, arrested, and killed by the police. The maiden sitting of the committee, which was held at Omos Road, attracted large number of residents of the area. It was an opportunity for members to have first-hand knowledge of what led to the crisis. Chinedu Dike and Ugochukwunna told members of the fact-finding committee of how the police brought sorrow and pain to some residents of the area. They insisted that the 9 houses were set ablaze by the police.
Police, Navy, and Navy, there is no way the zone will take move the police now. So how are they not at the top? How much they are on a main road, much of roadblock. The police are on a main road. Now they go at that. Get the man at your bus will go on your baraka. Adana gave go again. It was simple police. It was simple individuals. We have on 27th of September 2019. That day Friday. We have been driving 10 to 15 after 6 in the evening. No man will not say I want to look at what the guys in Ada Apple. The police have an owner labor, no doubt a problem. And I don't do everything. Now that I need to do it, I'm ready to go. Every day I need to get 50 and the bosses. Now I know we did a attack. I am a passive. To our greatest surprise, that is the word unlawful equilibrium first. So I can look in the time how I open a narrow. So I bet you person how I roll on them.
Members of the committee, accompanied by the residents, had earlier visited the houses alleged to have been set on fire by the police. Afama Adibema, who lives at number 1 Okojumbo Road, is among the victims. She lost her husband, John Adibema. The chairman of the committee, Mr. Victor Nwugo, assured that anyone found culpable will face the wrath of the law.
We have visited the scene. One thing started that we saw burnt buildings, we saw destroyed property, we saw people who were brutalized. We also saw spended bullets, and it is so sad from where they are saying that it was perpetrated by the police. It's unthinkable. For us, we have not concluded until we hear from the police.
The committee will also interact with the police to hear their own side of the story. Chimezie Ozems, MCL News.
The Borno State government has banned the sale of foreign rice in the state. The ban is aimed at checking the activities of some rice merchants that specialize in the rebagging of local rice and then sell it as foreign one. Ebonyi State correspondent Ejike Ikele tells us more.
Abakaliki rice is presently flooding Nigerian markets, not only as local rice, but also as foreign rice, because of its unique nature, taste and look. Since federal government placed ban on importation of rice, many rice merchants have turned their attention to Abakaliki rice. These rice merchants are now using foreign rice bags in packaging Abakaliki rice and reselling it at higher rates of foreign rice. A survey carried out by experts shows that 60% of foreign rice sold in Nigerian market today is Abakaliki rice. These rice are packaged in different foreign rice bags such as Mama Gold, Cap rice, Mama Africa, Indian long bags, and tomato installation bag. Although this practice is common in the black market, the Ebonyi State government has placed ban on sales of foreign rice in Ebonyi market and has established rice mill and processing company where the state government produce, mill and polish its own rice called Ebonyi Rice World. This idea is to enable the state government fish out the perpetrators of the illegal trade of rebagging Ebonyi rice in foreign bags.
We have joint task force here. I have a task force that is this association, the Abakaliki Rice Mill established. We have our own task force. And at the same time again, state government to the office of the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture equally have a task force on ground. Can you see the level of security, how we are security conscious?
These illegal trade merchants usually buy empty foreign rice bags and buy Abakaliki rice, polish it with vegetable or groundnut oil, and then resell it, which is why the state government set up a 10-man committee and compelled the chairman of the committee to go around the state of this illegal act.
I have been doing it for the same discipline for 5 years now. I'm going to buy rice. I showed other places, but this is my home. And I got 5,000 naira. Alright. 5,000 naira. There are 3 varieties of Abakaliki rice, which are Faro 52, Faro 44, and Faro 61. While Faro 52 is the best among them, Faro 44 and Faro 61 are also good. Faro 52 is the long grain Abakaliki rice, Faro 44 is semi-long, and Faro 61 is medium long grain. From Abakaliki, I am Ejike Ikele.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Buratai, has urged troops on the front line to sustain offensive against insurgents and other criminal elements in the country. Buratai gave the advice during a operational visit to 44 Army Reference Hospital and the Command Engineering Depot in Kaduna on Friday. On his visit to the Engineering Depot at Riga Chikun, he said that the facility is part of their progressive march towards self-reliance in equipment. He said that the purpose of his visit to the Command Engineering Depot is to see the progress of the production of Izugu Emerald vehicles. He expressed happiness with the level of work, the commitment of the commander and his team of engineers at the depot. He added that once the vehicles are out on the road and in the bushes, they will help in tackling the country's security challenges. The Nigerian Air Force says it has destroyed a Boko Haram terrorist meeting venue and neutralized several of their fighters at Ngoske on the fringes of the Sambisa forest in Borno. NAC Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ibikunle Darambola, disclosed this in a statement on Friday in Abuja. He said the operation was executed through the Air Task Force of Operation Lafi Adoli on Friday. He He said that the attack was executed following successive days of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions, which aimed at identifying locations housing the BHT's leadership as well as their rendezvous positions. Daramola said the NAF, operating in concert with surface forces, will sustain its efforts to completely destroy all remnants of the terrorists in the northeast. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control on Thursday confirmed 5 new cases of monkeypox in Lagos, Rivers, and Akwa Ibom states. The resurgence comes 2 years after the index case was reported in the country, while Lagos, in the current reappearance, recorded 3 cases. Rivers and Akwa Ibom have 1 each. The NCDC said a total of 81 suspected cases have been reported so far in 2019. Of the 81 cases, 39 were recorded in 9 states of Bayelsa, Lagos, Delta, Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Enugu, Anambra, Cross River, and Oyo with 1 death. The center noted that of the confirmed cases, 59% is from 2 states of Delta and Lagos. According to NCDC, since the beginning of the outbreak in September 2017, 176 confirmed cases and 9 deaths have been recorded in 18 states. The affected states are Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Imo, Akwa Ibom, Lagos, Delta, Bauchi, FCT, Abia, Oyo, Enugu, Ekiti, Nasarawa, Benue, Plateau, Edo, and Anambra. Chief Executive Officer of NCDC, Dr. Chikwe Ihekwazo, said the center is coordinating the national response and control in collaboration with states and partners. The residents of Mechanic Village, Nekede, woke up on Friday to discover that another unscrupulous mother dumped her baby at a refuse dump site near the Otamiri River. This was just as residents of the area have poured invectives on the yet-to-be-identified mother. Reports say that this will be the second of such incidents in the area in the past week. One of the residents in the area, Donato, said he found the baby around 8:30 a.m. when he went to the dump site to drop refuse. He expressed surprise that a mother could throw away her baby after going through the process of childbirth, noting that babies are gifts from God and should be cared for. Still to come on the news, 2020 World Powerlifting Championship, Aisha Buhari unveils mascot. Champ qualifier, Eagles train behind closed doors for Togo. Details after the break. Do stay with us.
Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world wey people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one wonder. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
You're welcome back. The First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, on Friday unveiled the international mascot, sports online application and clothing line for the Abuja 2020 World Powerlifting Championship in Nigeria. Mrs. Buhari, who was represented by the wife of the Vice President, Mrs. Dolapo Osibanjo, said the clothing line and the sports apps will serve as a source of revenue for the retired athletes. She promised to continually be in contact with the athletes to ensure their successes during the competition. Aisha Buhari also urged stakeholders to support the athletes to bring out the best in them. The Executive Secretary, National Lottery Trust Fund, Dr. Bello Maigari, expressed satisfaction with the Nigeria Powerlifting Federation's achievement so far. Maigari said the Federation and other stakeholders in the sector were instrumental for the athletes' previous successful outings. He said arrangements were placed to support the physically challenged persons in the areas of sports, education, health, and social services. Super Eagles gaffer Gernot Rohr is hoping that Ahmed Musa, Ogenekaro Etebo, and Ola Aina will return before the 2021 African Cup of Nations qualifier against the Squirrels of Benin next month. The trio missed out from Nigeria's 1-1 draws against the Samba Boys of Brazil in an international friendly game last weekend due to various injuries. The German tactician, who seems to be worried about the injuries to some of his key players, told newsmen that he hopes they will be fit for the big task ahead of the team. The three-time AFCON champions will host Benin on November 11th before facing Lesotho on November 19th. Home-based Super Eagles yesterday trained behind closed doors as the perfect strategies for make-or-break African Nations Championship qualifying match against the Sparrows of Togo. The Imama Amakabo tutored team crumbled to the Sparrows 4-1 in Lomé, capital of Togo, in the first leg of the fixture a fortnight ago, and needs to score at least 3 goals without conceding any to turn the table against the Togolese side. Already the Togolese team arrived in Lagos yesterday ahead of crucial game built for the Agege Stadium in Lagos. Coach Amapakabo on Wednesday released a list of 20 players to face the Togolese side in the match built for the Agege Stadium in Lagos. Goalkeeper Ikechukwu Ezenwa of Heartland FC of Owerri tops the list that also includes 4 players from Enyimba International of Aba, 3 players each from Akwa United of Uyo and Lobby Stars of Makurdi, 2 each from Enugu Rangers International and Kano Pillars, and 1 each from Wiki Tourists of Bauchi, Plateau United, Remo Stars of Osun, 3 SC of Ibadan, and Nasarawa United. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football has appointed officials from Niger Republic to superintend the match, with Abdullah Yewisa Al-Mustafa as referee. His compatriots Sadisu Idi, Abdulaziz Yakuba, and Zakari Adamu Umaru will serve as assistant referee 1, assistant referee 2, and 4th official, while Mr. Alim Konate Abubakar from Cameroon will serve as match commissioner. That's the side of my news package this morning, but before we sign out, a recap of our major stories. Winning war against drug abuse is crucial to next level mandate, Buhari. Ember Month, FRSC has cautioned motorists against impatience, ignorance of highway codes. Anambra auto crash has claimed 4 lives and injured 2. And on sports, AFCON qualifier, Raw praised Musa Etebo and a return for Squirrels. Please do join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Amanda Carlo. Thank you and good morning.
Today on 700 Club Nigeria, a woman in need of love falls into the hand of a serial killer boyfriend. Understanding the power and purpose of a woman, the author of Don't Get Jilted, Get Married has a few words to say about this. Don't go anywhere, because 700 Club Nigeria starts now. Welcome to yet another interesting episode of the 700 Club Nigeria show. Today's program promises to be worth the while. Hopefully by the end of it, you'll be reassured of the irreplaceable value that you carry.
Very, very true. Apart from the stories we'll be bringing your way, we'll be having a guest on the program who has a thing or two to say about a woman's worth. That's something we all, men and women alike, need to know and be reminded of.
Oh, very true, very true. So, let's get into it. Our first story is that of a woman who believed that God hated her because of her traumatic past. But when she was rescued from a serial killer, she knew that she'd been very wrong about our God. Take a look.
It made me feel like I was something. You know, you're in a commercial, you know, you're in a magazine.
Octavia Stanley was modeling for some of the biggest fashion brands in the industry. But away from the runways, lights, and cameras, she couldn't believe she was the beautiful woman others said she was.
I would look in the mirror and just literally like scrub the makeup off. And like, you are ugly. Like, why are they calling you stunning? Why are they calling you beautiful?
That's because Octavia carried a secret that was destroying her. From 3 to 5 years old, she was molested by 3 family members. Octavia learned to hide the truth and the pain.
Inside, I was so broken. I felt very ugly. I felt very insecure. I felt